Hey y'all, this is Mari editing, and I just wanted to give a disclaimer that this video isn't like my usual cutesy, overly produced, overly edited type video. It's literally just me rambling about Five Nights at Freddy's with minimal editing, just minimal, just me talking. So if you're not into that, you can click off or watch a different video. I don't know, it's really just me talking. If you don't like hearing bitches talk for 30 minutes or whatever, then this is not the video for you. That's why I recorded it on my shitty tablet camera to give a really old school YouTube type vibe. It's just you're just sitting and talking in front of the camera. It's really vintage vibes. I will also be coming in here as the editor in and out of the video to explain my points further, since this was really just a spur of the moment rant video, and I didn't write anything out or jot down the actual plot. I'm just going off the dome. It's just going off the dome. So yeah, it'll be minimal editing and then me just coming in to voice my opinions further and explain myself more. That's it. Enjoy the video.
Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I just kind of want to do a rambly rant about FNAF Five Nights at Freddy's. Yeah, so recently, the second movie came out a couple months ago and it was bad. But what did you expect? I expected it to be bad, but a little good. I don't know, girl. It's really hard because on one hand, it's fucking Five Nights at Freddy's, girl. Five Nights at Freddy's isn't some prestigious piece of media that's just absolute peak storytelling, peak gaming and shit. It's really something silly. It's really something sweet. It's something sweet for the kids. Five Nights at Freddy's isn't that serious, but also on the other hand, that it is serious because it's literally dealing with murdering children and stuffing them in animatronic suits. I don't know, this is really just a conundrum of Scott Cawthon's making. Scott Cawthon, what did I say? This is just a problem of Scott Cawthon's making. He wants us to take his shit seriously, but he's so unserious with it, with the lore inaccuracies and inconsistencies and bullshit. I don't know. I don't know how to feel. It's really hard, but at the end of the day, it's really just something sweet for the kids. It's really not that serious. But I don't know. Two things can be true at once. Five Nights at Freddy's can be good, and have good storytelling, good writing, good lore, good design. Okay, wait, one thing I want to give Scott Cawthon and his team is the designs of the games. The design of the games and the characters, so good. I don't think they've failed once on character designs or the design of the game. Hello, look at Security Breach. I have my opinions about Security Breach and how I don't like it story wise. I don't like it story wise. I think Security Breach as a game should exist in a separate canon than the main storyline. I think Security Breach should have just been a soft reboot of the story. It's ooh, a new generation of kids that William is terrorizing or something. But no, they on some bullshit trying to tie that shit into the main storyline. I'm just girl, all you had to do was make Security Breach a spin-off or a reboot. And I think, listen, I'm not some FNAF expert, but I'm pretty sure Security Breach was done by some different people than the previous games, and that's why it's so different than the rest of the games. Which is fine. Security Breach is still a fun, girl, I was literally watching people play it. When did that game come out? 2022, 2023 or something? I was watching people playing it with my like jaw on the ground. I was like, "Ooh, this game looks so good!" Like, ooh, I just love good characters. I like the retro like glam rock vibe. I love it. Oh my god, it's so good. Like, and like the fucking like super megaplex ultra Chuck E. Cheese vibe. It's so good. It's so good. Like, imagine a movie that looked like that. Ugh, a security breach movie would go off, but like Security Breach movie being made by the same people who made the FNAF movies that we already have. I don't know, girl. But anyways, Scott Cawthon will never fail on character design. Like all the animatronics look so good. The games look visually are so like just delicious. Like I love it. Like FNAF 2 and Sister Location, and then I guess those are my favorite games. But also, I like those games because the way they look is just so good. It's so delicious to me. Like, 2 and Sister Location and Security Breach are the best looking games. Like, ugh. And then I had to come around to liking the design of 3 because I used to think 3 was boring because it's just like, oh, it's just one animatronic. Like, I don't know. I turned the wigs around. Turn the wigs around. I've turned my wig around on 3. Like, I kind of like it now. I used to not like it. But anyways, I said all this to say like FNAF is infamous for being inconsistent and having Scott Cawthon pull shit out of his ass for storytelling wise and having Matt Pat as his backup and where he get his shit from. Like, you know, FNAF never prides itself on being like it's not known for having the best writing in the entire world and the best like lore. It's really just something fun and silly. Like, and I feel like real FNAF fans like know that. Like they know it's not some serious shit. Like it's not some fucking Breaking Bad or like Succession or what's another popular thing like The Sopranos or Game of Thrones. You know, it's not some serious story shit where like the story is like if they fuck it up a little bit, the whole house mad or something. Like if the storyline is fucked up a little bit in FNAF, the fans chalk it up to, oh, it's another Scott Cawthon ism, another Cawthism, him having inaccurate lore. Like it's just another day in the fandom. Like, anyways, I'm making this video because even though the movies are super unserious and it's really like, and the story itself is like, you know, like what more can you do to the FNAF storyline to fuck it up? Like the lore is already fucked up and inconsistent. Like half of the lore is literally fan made. Like there's really not much you can do to fuck up a FNAF movie. But I think the movie and like the bar is really low. The bar is really on the low. Like nobody was expecting the FNAF movie to be peak cinema, like, you know. But I think it could have been better. I think the FNAF movies could have been better. Like I was still geeked for the first movie. I'm gonna go on record. The first movie was really fun. The first movie was really fun. Like it was a good ride. It was silly. People were so mad that the movie was silly and fun, as if the original games aren't also silly and fun. Like, why did they expect the Five Nights at Freddy's movie to be a bloody horror gore fest, fucking like serious rated R shit? Like, I think the FNAF movies are fine being PG-13, really. Like hinting at the more serious and gory details that would make it a rated R movie, like just hinting at that is fine. Like I feel like the games do that too sometimes. Like, you know William murdered children. We don't gotta see it in real life, in the realistic, like outside of the 8-bit animation, the real game animation. We don't gotta see him killing kids IRL, girl. We got enough. Like the Charlie scene at the beginning of the FNAF 2 was already enough. Like the movies could have been better, and they could have expanded upon the lore and fixed it differently. And here's how I would have done the FNAF movies. Okay, I think I'm gonna do like the first two, since they're still more fresh in my brain, and those are the only movies that are out. So, and I don't know what they would do for the third movie. Like, I'm kind of geek. Like, again, the movies are so silly and camp, and yes, they're bad. I'm still excited for the third movie, even though I rated the second one 2 stars. I gave the second movie 2 stars on my letterbox, and I said same time next week. Like, I'm sad for the third movie. Were you not? I literally finished that movie and was like, this was literally the biggest piece of ass cheeks I've ever seen in my entire life. But I was literally on the edge of my seat, absolute geeked for that end credit scene where they were teasing um the third movie with the, is he called, what is the, is he just Springtrap now? Is that the version of William in the third game? I can't remember. Again, another disclaimer. I'm not the biggest FNAF expert, so if I get anything wrong about the original lore in this video, don't come for me. Like, really don't come for me. Like, the lore is already fucked up as it is. Like, if I get something wrong, I don't know. All of this shit is off the dome. Anyways, this is how I would do the first two FNAF movies. So, first things first, who is Michael and Abby? That's her name, I forgot. Okay, who is Michael and Abby? Who are these people? Like, who is Abby? Why did they invent new characters for this? Like, the original books and games already got an extensive amount of human characters that you could have chosen from. Like, we didn't have to have new characters and confuse everybody. Making Josh Hutcherson's character the main character for one, and then calling him Michael, and then being like, oh no, and retracting that in the second movie and being like, actually, there's a different Mike. This is so good. Listen, I know there is not no goddamn casual viewer of the FNAF movies. There is no person on earth going to see the FNAF movies who don't know nothing about the games. Like, there's in no world are the FNAF movies made for a general audience. These movies are made for the fucking fan service CU fans, and that's it. But if someone were to just watch the movie solely and not watch or play any of the games, why you were confusing the fuck out of them by having two Michael characters? What is, and I already know majority of the lore and the story, and I'm still confused about the two Michael characters. Like, why would they do that? Why? All they had to do, listen, like, it's really, like, this is like the fucking, what's her face from Pretty Little Liars? The main writers of Pretty Little Liars, what's her name?
Marlene King.
The writers of Pretty Little Liars would do this bullshit. This is a thing that a lot of writers would do when fans start catching on to theories and plot lines and shit. Like, when they like start cracking codes and shit, and they just change the plot line to throw the fans off instead of committing to the story they already sowed the seeds of. They just change it to be like, we got y'all, plot twist, like bullshit like that. I hate when they fucking do that. Stick to your damn story. You don't need to throw fans off the track. Like, if fans find out that their theory was right, it's gonna make them want to watch the shit more. Like, what? It's gonna make them want to crack the next case next season or next movie. Like, it's gonna make them more invested if they were right. Anywhoozy, like, what? Literally so unnecessary to change the damn characters. To have two Michaels, to make Vanessa a main character from the beginning. Abby, she's chill. Like, as a character, Abby's fine. Like, I actually like Abby. Like, I love Abby so bad. Like, also just like her actress. Like, that's cousin, that's niece. Love her. Abby's fine. But literally all they had to do was make Abby be like Elizabeth or something. Like, I'm sick. Like, I don't know. Like, it was just doing too much. Like, it's just so convoluted and confusing. Now, the normal theorizers who always theorize about every FNAF media ever can't put their foot on what kind of fucking story the movies are trying to tell. They're so confused. Everyone's so confused. What are they doing? Are they doing book lore? Are they doing game lore? Are they doing DLC? Like, I don't know. Everyone's confused. Everybody in the house confused. So, in my alternate universe, the FNAF movies are like a mix between like Scream, Stranger Things, and like It or something. Like in my universe, FNAF is like this generation's the new gen Scream. Like, and don't listen, I'm literally a Scream fan. I am a Scream fan.
And since I'm such a big Scream fan, I also want to take the time to say fuck Scream 7, boycott Scream 7. They fired Melissa Barrera and Jenna Ortega for speaking out against Palestine, against Israel, sorry. Fuck Israel, free Palestine. Everybody involved with Scream 7 is going to hell in jail.
Nothing will ever beat Scream. I'm not saying that it needs to be like the same quality as a Scream. Also, Scream franchise not that high quality. Like they really fell off after like the first movie. Like, and I'm a Scream fan, but it should have been this generation's Scream in the sense of like a group of friends experiencing horrors in their small town and all their friends getting killed off, and you know you invested in the story each movie. Like it, the movie should have followed a Scream like thing. Like basically, what I'm saying is that FNAF movie should have been produced by
Wes Craven. I'm so sorry, King.
why am I forgetting every fucking name? Insert the director of Scream here, because I'm forgetting everyone's names. I don't know what's going on. If the movies were made by him, this shit would have been so gas. This shit would have been so gas. But you know, whatever. Anyways, I should just start the fucking video. Okay, first movie. And this, remember, I'm going off the top of my dome about the original story in the movie that we have and the lore of the first game. Like, I'm going off the dome. Okay, like, not too much. First movie, it should be 4 main characters, okay? 4 main teenage characters, okay? I should have given them names. This character's name is Elizabeth, okay? Stay with me. We have Elizabeth and her 3 friends, Jane, Ethan, Kevin. Jane, Ethan, Kevin, and Elizabeth. Okay. 2 boys, 2 girls. Make it even down the split. Okay. Okay, this friend group. So Jane, Ethan, Kevin, and Elizabeth, okay? These are our 4 main characters, right? They're teenagers. They're like 15, 16. It's like it's like summer after their like sophomore year of high school, okay? And these 4 characters are like are losers. They live in this I forgot what's the name of the town that FNAF is set in. I can't remember. I don't remember what state.
I just Googled it and it said that they take place in Hurricane, Utah. Girl, I'm from Texas, so I know how crazy the South can get, but Utah is a whole different plate of worms. Like, Utah scares me. Like, I don't ever want to go to Utah. Okay, off topic.
But they are going into their junior year of high school and they are traumatized. I've been traumatized because their town is fucked. Their town is fucked. There's murderers and killers running around their town. They experience so much trauma and loss. They lose somebody every year. Like, this town is fucked. This town is fucked. And these main 4 characters are known in this town for being cursed because someone from their friend group always magically disappears or dies. Okay? And so they're like trauma bonded, the 4 main characters. But in this sophomore year, they've like kind of went their separate ways, kind of like season 4 of Stranger Things. They all go their separate ways and they're like not as close anymore. Or like the beginning of the Pretty Little Liars. They all come from separate they're doing separate things in high school now. Because and this I know people are sick of 80s or they're in 80s fatigue and I shouldn't say we. I don't know what timeline, what decade, what year the FNAF movies are even set in. Like, it's so confusing. But anyways, these take place in the 80s. These 4 friends, they used to be a bigger friend group with 5 other kids in it, or 6, including Charlie. Stay with me. They used to be a bigger friend group, but half of the friend group fucking died, and it's mysterious, and they don't know what the fuck going on. So, and then, so basically, plot. So, spoiler alert: the the other half of the friend group that died are the original 4 animatronics. I can't remember if I know Golden Freddy's in the movie, but is he important in the first game? I can't remember. I thought he was in FNAF 2. I don't know. Does it really matter? I don't know. Golden Freddy's either here or there. I don't remember, but anyways, the other half of the friend group that died is the original 4 or 5 animatronics plus Charlie. And so that will be revealed, like, I mean, it'll be hinted at that they're the original animatronics at the beginning of the movie for fans, because they'll be like, oh, you got 4 or 5 friends that are dead and they died during childhood. Oh, like what? And then plus Charlie, but that's not brought up until the second movie. Anyways, and so yeah, what are their names again? Jane, Ethan, Kevin, and Elizabeth. Okay. So the 4 friends that are still alive are mourning their 4 or 5/6 other friends that passed away over the years or whatever. And so as they're entering the summer, after sophomore year, let's say one of the friends, let's say like it's like Jane or something. Let's say Jane decides, hey, I just turned 15 or 16 or whatever. I can get a summer job. And she's like, what better summer job to get than a job at the old Chuck E. Cheese-esque entertainment pizzeria that I used to like going to as a kid. And and then the other 3 hear that Jane is going to work at Freddy's. I forgot what Freddy's Pizzeria, is that the name of the restaurant in the first game? I think. I'm really trying to remember everything. This is really off the top of the dome. Okay, the 3 other friends hear that Jane is going to go back to Freddy's and work there for the summer, and they're like, Jane, are you fucking crazy? Our friends literally died. Half of our friend group, our huge ass friend group, died at that place. We're literally traumatized from that place. Why would you want to work there? And basically the friends were like, so basically the friend group used to all hang out at Freddy's because, I don't know if you know this, but like Elizabeth's dad owns the franchises and owns the restaurant. And so they would always hang out there as with their friends there. They grew up at Freddy's. They know the animatronics in and out. They know how they work. You know, this, that, and the third. Whoop. And yeah, and so like the friends used to all hang out at Freddy's all the time at all of the locations. They know it all because Elizabeth's dad, he's so nice. He's so nice letting these kids in on his animatronics and stuff. And you know, William's a fucking freak. He's probably like showing them, and this is where their jaw unhinges. Isn't that cool, kids? Like, I feel like he would be on some freak shit like that. And he shows them how it works because he's like an idiot. And then that's a surprise tool for later. Them knowing how the animatronics works. That's a surprise tool that can help us later. Okay. And so they're like, Jane, why would you go work there? And we're literally traumatized. Our friends literally died here. Like, what's going on? And Jane is like, I don't know, maybe like Jane is like the poor one of the group. She's like, guys, I really need the money. And Freddy's, for some reason, is the only place in town that's paying well. And they're like, okay, even though we're not close friends anymore, we're going to come stay with you at your shift every day just to make sure you're okay. Because even though they're not friends anymore, they still care about each other and they still are trauma bonded for life. And they know what kind of shit goes down at Freddy's. Like, they're gonna go surveillance the restaurant for their friend for their ex-friend. They're like, okay, you're not allowed to go work there unless we stay with you on every shift. Maybe even the other three get jobs at Freddy's with her. I don't know. I haven't decided on that. That could be interesting. Maybe they decide to go work there together with her. That sounds interesting. Okay, check asterisk that I'm adding that to the lore. Okay, so they all go and get summer jobs at Freddy's. And so then basically, I guess then from there, the rest of the FNAF 1 movie happens. They they spend their first night at Freddy's, and sort of like the way the second movie did it, where Michael, aka Josh Hutcherson's character, is legit playing Five Nights at Freddy's. You know the scene I'm talking about, where he actually is looking through the cameras, the flashlight, the vents, the mask. It's the mask. Yeah, so basically the gang, our Fab Four gang, our loser four, get jobs at Freddy's, and basically play the Five Nights at Freddy's 1. They hear a call on the phone. Hello, hello. You know the Lord, girl. And it's Elizabeth's dad, telling them basically like this, like a similar like dialogue to Phone Guy or Ralph from the first movie. You know how it goes. And like Matthew. Oh, obviously we're keeping Matthew Lillard as William Afton. I wouldn't have it any other way. I wouldn't have it any other fucking way. Obviously, there's no one else who is going to play William Afton besides Matthew Lillard, and also Skeet Ulrich as Henry Emily. Duh. Anyways, William hands the Elizabeth and her friends the keys for the night shift or whatever, as security guards or to work the last night. I don't girl. Who cares? Who cares why these teenage kids get keys for William? We know why William would want to give the kids access to this haunted ass shit, like, and to set them up to die. Like, we know why William would do that. We don't know, but at the point in the story, we don't know why he would give a group of teenagers free roam of his restaurant after dark when no one's there. Like, I don't know, girl. Anyways, do we need to know? Like, just make up some bullshit like the way Scott probably would. Okay, so basically the first story, the first game plays out. They like discover that the animatronics are alive or possessed or whatever, and they start like haunting them and stuff, and like, and then obviously like plot twist or whatever, they realize that the 4 animatronics at that location are their original 4 friends, and or plus Golden Freddy. I think he's there. I don't know. I don't remember. Yeah, I think we could literally keep the same story from the first movie. Like, the animatronics are out for blood or whatever because they think that our Fab Four are the reason for their death or whatever. They're like, you didn't protect us. We were your friends, blah, 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 blah. And then our Fab Four reveals, I don't know. I don't know how they would get to the conclusion that it was William, but somehow, some way, they come to the conclusion it's William, and then it like zooms in on Elizabeth. She's like, my dad, and shit, and she like, and then there's like flashbacks of like memories that Elizabeth has of her dad being fucking sinister, and she's just like, what? I can't believe I didn't put the pieces together before. Like, he's really sinister. And then like basically the events of the first movie. He's like, I always come back. Springtrap, the animatronics take him to the back. Wooty woot woo. And so then our Fab Four like put the animatronic souls to rest or whatever. And they're forever traumatized. End scene, cutscene, probably end scene to end credit scene to hint at the next movie. I don't know. I would just add like a lot more shit from the first game. Okay, and then for the second movie, I still don't know. I hadn't worked this out good yet. For the second movie, it starts. I feel like the second movie can start similarly with Charlie's death scene. And but like better. I always pictured Charlie's death scene being way more dramatic and scarier. Like, first of all, the thing that the movies do well is the score. Ooh, the score is good. The score is so good. The la 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 la. Oh, the score is so good. We'll keep that. But anyways, I always pictured Charlie's death scene to be super dark and super ominous. Like, it should literally be so unnerving. Also, a thing that I forgot to mention when talking about my recap for my idea for the first movie, the thing that makes Five Nights at Freddy's a story like game, like the story like scary, is the fact that a grown ass freak of a man is killing children and stuffing their bodies in animatronic suits. The killing children part is literally the scariest part of the fucking story. So for them to take that out and make Abby be the only main character, and these two, and for the adults to be mostly the main characters, it takes away from the scariness of it, and that's what makes it not scary. These in my movies, yes, they're teenagers, but they're still kids. They're still kids getting killed. Like, it's really scary. It's literally these kids, these teenagers, childhood friends from childhood getting murdered by their friend's dad. That's way more scary than just fucking Michael and Abby, and it's like, oh, Michael's like girlfriend or whatever Vanessa is to them. His dad is killing people, like, and no one fucking, he doesn't even kill anyone in the FNAF like main timeline, in the FNAF movie main timeline. It's not even that scary. Like, I don't know, girl. Like, it's way more scary when when the characters are younger and the story is more personal to them, because it's Elizabeth is one of the main characters. It's her dad being the villain here, and her friends who they grew up knowing her dad their entire life, and he's the reason that all their friends are dead. Like, that's terrifying. That's way more interesting than, I don't know, maybe I'm crazy, but I think the main character should have been kids, should have been teenagers. Like,
And just to add on to my point a little bit more, the original story of the Five Nights at Freddy's games is one of like childhood innocence being taken away and betrayal, father son relationships, father daughter relationships, brother sister relationship, like all these familiar relations between the characters are like the driving force of the story. And for the movies, the movie adaptations to just be about some random bitch named Mike, his story, and Abby, and for the Afton family to not be at the center of the story, like makes no sense. Like, it's not FNAF anymore if the Afton family aren't the main characters. What makes the story so horrifying is the fucking psychotic breakdown, sinister behavior of one man that ruins the lives of his ex best friend, his children, and other innocent children. Like, and for the story to be centered around some random man and his little sister, it's just not the same.
I'm so irritated. Okay, second movie starts. Charlie's death should have been way more um ominous and like scary. It should have been the way it was in game, where Charlie gets locked out of the party and they're like super young, whatever. She had a birthday party and it's raining. I remember it's raining. Again, off the top of the dome. It's raining. She gets locked out of the birthday party. William comes up behind her and she's like, Mr. Afton? Mr. Afton, I got locked out of the party. Can you let me back in, please? It's cold and it's dark and it's raining and I'm scared. And then William is just behind her like, eat, you know? That's so scary. And like, the POV of like the camera is Charlie, right? And is looking up at Matthew Lillard's tall ass, tall menacing ass, like leaning over the camera and being scary, and we're from the child's perspective, and it's really scary, and it's like, and then the cut to William's perspective of like leaning over the scared little child, like that's terrifying. Like that's cinema. That's cinema. Like you've got the cinema. That's real cinema. That would have ate. And then obviously, they don't have to show it, but he kills her, and then it's scream, ah! Cut to black, and then fade out the scream, and then the score, T. And then we cut back to our Fab Four. They're traumatized again. They're really like the losers, or the Pretty Little Liars, or something, like, or Sydney from Scream. Like they're like they literally watch all of their friends get traumatized and hurt and die, and then like Elizabeth found out her father killed all her friends. Like this is crazy. So then so like, and okay, where are we at? Our Fab Four are traumatized. We open with Elizabeth, and she screams awake, and because she's like reminiscing on hearing like Charlie screams and stuff, and she's like remembering the fact that Charlie died, and it was probably her dad that did it. I mean, spoiler, it is. And now she's living with, and like, also, I can't remember. I'm pretty sure with all these damn locations, I'm pretty sure William would be rich. I'm pretty sure William would have some money. And so with him being pronounced dead, basically, all of his shit goes to the next of kin. Oh, who is this? The eldest sibling, the eldest child? It's nothing but Michael Afton. Elizabeth is now living with her older brother, Michael Afton, who like came back into town or something. I haven't worked that out. I don't know. He came back into town after finding out that their dad is dead, and he has to look after his sister now. See how that dynamic could have easily translated into Michael and Abby. See how they easily could have just made them Michael and Elizabeth. Why did they have to make it convoluted and change? Like, what? Lord have mercy. Anyway, he's not taking care of his sister, but she's like 15 or 16 or whatever. She's like 16, and he's like 21. He's like 21, 22, 23, whatever. And I feel like it would make sense for them to have like a strange relationship. Like, there's no way William Afton was a good dad. There's no way he was a good dad. Like, the best thing he ever did was let his kids hang out at his pizzeria. Like, that's it. And that was all a trick, just so he could essentially groom his daughter's friend group and kill them all. Like, but so I feel like the kids would definitely have an estranged relationship and not be close because their parents were awful. Like, it would make sense for Michael to be like, okay, as soon as I turn 18, I'm getting the hell out of here. I'm getting the hell out of here. He definitely turned 18 and like moved away super quick and wanted to get away from it and leave everybody behind. And so him and Elizabeth got what's it called? A strained relationship. But he has to move back in to town to take care of his sister now. Yeah, that's where our main characters are. What kind of storyline these other three got going on, I don't know. Like, you can make up some shit to tie into, you can do something to tie into it. And now I know you may be wondering, why is there only 2 Afton children? Well, yeah, I would still make Evan a part. And I looked it up. They're saying Evan was never confirmed to be Crying Child's official name. Girl, whatever. Girl, he Evan. Like, that's Evan, bro, to me. To me, that's Evan. Or Toby or something. They never. I still want Evan to be a part of the story, but like, his storyline doesn't come until what, the fourth game? So we never find out what happens to Evan. Like, it's like sprinkled in. It's sprinkled in. It's hinted at that Evan exists. And like, I feel like Elizabeth and Michael would be like, oh, well, they'd be like, oh, suddenly our entire childhood makes sense. Why dad was always so weird about his animatronics and was like so like just like not a good dad to us. And like, ever since the incident, however many years ago 1983 was during this whatever timeline, the main timeline is set in, I don't know. But probably like it'd probably be like 19. It's the second. It's the second movie. I mean the second game, so it'd probably be 1987, right? Let's say for now, the second movie it's 1987, and so 4 years ago, ever since the incident 4 years ago, and then I would make the fans in the crowd be like, oh my god, 4 years ago, the night of '83. They're like, oh my god, ever since the incident 4 years ago, like everything makes sense about dad. Like he wasn't the same after the incident 4 years ago. The incident 4 years ago. I feel like it would then be a conversation of Michael and Elizabeth, discussing and hinting at the audience as well shit about their dad that they didn't know and blah blah, and they become closer, whatever. And so I don't know if this is stupid, but again, it's FNAF. Like, when does shit ever make sense? But then we got our girl Jane here. Oh, sweet Jane, sweet Jane. She's like, guys, I'm still the poor one of the group. Like, I know your dad is a murderer and shit, but he was like rich or whatever from all his franchises. Like, I still gotta make money. So she's like, I'm gonna go work at the original Freddy's location. And the rest of her friends are like, did you not learn anything from the first movie? Did you not learn anything from the first movie? Like, what's going on? She's like, guys, I gotta pay for my shit. Like, college is coming up, They literally have 2 years. But, she's like, I gotta save up for college, guys. Like, and again, Freddy's is the only place in town that pays. So, our good sis Jane is like, I'm gonna go work at the original location. And the rest of their friends are like, cool, you're on your own. we're not we're not doing this. At least the two boys, but Elizabeth is loyal like that. She's like, guys, we can't leave her here, like we have to help her and shit and like whatever. And so I think this is when we should get introduced to Henry Emily. I feel like maybe I don't think he would be working at the original location at this point in the timeline. I don't remember. But I feel like he should like have something to do with the original location or something. I don't know. I haven't thought this far. He has something to do with the original location. He shows up. Skeet Ulrich shows up obviously in this movie. And he actually does shit instead of just what the fuck? Why was he barely in that movie? Like, I was literally screaming, crying up, throwing up on my TikTok page, being like, "Oh my god, Matthew Lillard and Skeet Ulrich on screen again." They weren't on screen once in the entire movie. Like, useless addition. I mean, Skeet Ulrich as Henry Emily is literally peak casting. Like, oh my god, but like, it was useless because they didn't do anything with him. He was there for exposition dump. Oh my god, no. Anyways, so basically the similar events, well, not the movies, events happen to the second game. They basically, it's Elizabeth and Jane. They're basically playing FNAF 2 with these new animatronics that got the facial recognition. I forget, in the game, these ones aren't possessed, right? I don't know. All I know is that more screen time for Mangle, less screen time for Chica. Cause what was that about? Why was Chica the main character? What was it? Like, I know Chica. It's reprimations because Chica's the only girl character out of the main four. Sure, she didn't need to be the main animatronic character. What the hell was that about? This is called Five Nights at Freddy's. Why is Freddy not the main bitch? What's going on? Less screen time for Chica. I'm so sorry. Like, really? It's generally just because they got Megan Fox and they thought the fucking Five Nights at Freddy's fandom would give a fuck about Megan Fox and not Matt Pat or the original voice of Freddy being in the movie. Like, and Matt Pat got one line. Matt Pat got one line or like two lines. They piss me off, bro. Like, they piss me off. They barely gave Skeet Ulrich screen time. Why was she eating up all the screen time? Why was Matt Pat and I forget the guy's name. I'm so sorry. Why was Matt Pat and the original voice of Freddy barely getting lines? Why did they change Charlie's storyline? I'm reopening old wounds that I already sewed up after seeing that movie. Like, I already accepted the fact that they changed a bunch of shit unnecessary. Whatever. Yeah. We're keeping Charlie's storyline the same. Why would they make her a villain? Why would they make Charlie a villain? She's literally a victim. She's a victim. Why would they villainize any of the kids in this story? They're all victims. I don't care that the animatronic the child possessed animatronic was killing people. They're victims. Anyways, back to my timeline in my movie. Charlie is not a villain and she's not killing people. You're killing boys. Like, Charlie is, maybe she's like causing havoc around the town. Okay, sure. The animatronics leave and go. The freaks come out at night. Like, they go out, they terrorize the town. We can keep, what is it? What is Faz Fest or whatever it's called? Fred Fest? I forgot what it's called. We can keep that storyline. But we barely saw that storyline. We barely saw the fan fest thing in story. Like, why was that stupid ass science fair storyline eating that up? The screen time the science fair got should have went to the Faz Fest, whatever storyline. Everything should have taken place there. Like, whatever. Like, cut the science fair shit. Cut it. Cut that storyline. Cut that weirdo teacher. Like, I mean, he was kind of funny. We can leave him in, but maybe he's supervising Faz Fest. I can't remember what that thing was called. I think it was called Faz Fest. Maybe he's supervising Faz Fest. I don't care. I don't even remember what I was talking about because I got so mad. Oh yeah, Charlie's not a villain in this movie. My eyes are gonna start twitching. Why would they make her a villain? Anyways, we can keep the storyline kind of similar with the toy animatronics. Oh yeah, I said more screen time to Mangle. Give Matt Pat and Freddy's actor more lines and more screen time. Chica didn't need all that damn screen time. More screen time for the Wizards. I don't know. Keep the storyline with the toys that they're after adults because an adult, okay, William, didn't help her when she was like in the rain and cold and crying, and the adults did nothing when the kids threw her out of the birthday party and locked her in the rain. Sure, we can keep that, okay? We could keep that. Like, in my version, mine is more extreme. In the movie, She's just, I mean, it's still pretty serious, but it's more personal, if that makes sense. Like, in the movie, she's upset with adults because they weren't listening to her because she saw a boy being kidnapped and almost killed and she dies. Okay, that's perfectly fine. That's a good reason to be upset with adults. But the adults in the movie were just like really like cartoonishly like evil. It was just weird. Like, I don't know.
I feel like I definitely explained this poorly, but basically what I'm trying to say that like in the movie she was just upset that some random adults weren't paying attention to her. Like that's what the scene looked like. But it would be more personal and more concrete, more stakes if it was like, okay, she's specifically mad at the group of adults that ignored her, to the parents of the people who bullied her, the adults who ignored her, and obviously be especially mad at William being the father of her best friend who like killed her. I don't know. I think it would just make more sense.
She's terrorizing the adults. She's gonna go to the fast, take the toys to the fast fest to kill all of the adults. Okay, sure. They could have kept the fact that Charlie put the dead friend group souls into the animatronics. They could have kept that. Why would they? That's gonna be such an essential part to the FNAF 2 story. Why would they take that out? They could have had. Oh, sure. Okay, sure. They could have had Charlie be conniving and evil, not, but like with a good reason, with a better reason, with a better reason. They could have made her. They just have a better story than just like adult bad because they didn't pay attention to me. Like, no, like you're the adults are the reason the original five or whatever died in the first place, and she had to go put their souls into the animatronics. Like, she and adults are the reason that she died too, and adults like she had needed a better argument. She needed a better like I don't know how to explain it. How her argument just fell flat. Like, obviously she was affected by adults and then it resulted in her death. Sure, but like it's the addition. It's just the addition of the adults are also she's mad. The addition of her also being mad that the adults are what caused the death of the original five as well. And her putting their souls into the animatronics body along with the adults doing nothing when she was being bullied and locked out in the rain and her resulting in her death. Like, it's just it's just a bit stronger foundation. The alive four, they're our losers are like basically like talking to Charlie being like, this isn't you, like stop fighting, they just talk to her as their friend and they're like, you're angry, blah, blah, blah. Basically, what Vanessa did, but like better because they actually were like closer friends with her and like knew her down and like, I don't know. It just makes for better storytelling when all four of our main characters are fully invested and have personal stakes in the game. Like, they're all four of them were friends with Charlie and close with her. Maybe Elizabeth was a little more closer with her. It's just more personal. It's more personal. And then yeah, we keep the same storyline. They basically play the FNAF 2 game. Woot woot woot. Now, in the original FNAF 2 movie, where are they going with that? Vanessa being possessed by the puppet. What what are they doing? Also, them adding extra lore about the puppet being able to possess other people. All right, girl, like sure. We're getting rid of that storyline. What in the world? Anyways, they put the puppet to rest with the music box while also um dismantling the toys and the wizards and yada 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 yada. And so we end this movie with the friend group traumatized again. They were traumatized again. And then, the similar end credit scene with the guys coming to get the spring trap suit and yada yada yada. The puppet does not possess anyone. The puppet doesn't possess anyone. They just put her to sleep and her soul to rest, and everybody, yay, woo, like everyone's laid to rest, sure. And then like Michael can like swoop in or whatever, and it's like hinted at that he's gonna be important in the third movie. I forget, in the third game, is the main character Michael?
I'm gonna save you the trouble because I go on this long ass rant to figure out in my brain palace on if he was the main character. Short answer is yes.
But if that's true, then it's like Michael comes in at the end to like um Michael comes in at the end to like hint at the third movie and that he's gonna be important. Now, that's just the first two. I just think that with this storyline, this is just a clear cut and like better storyline and is not confusing. It's not confusing the audience on the timeline of things. Like it's confusing. This random circus baby tease in Vanessa's dream in the movie. What what was that? Are they trying to tell us that Vanessa and Elizabeth are two different people? Are they trying to tell us that they're the same person? Are they trying to tell us that Vanessa was already in Circus Baby but she survived? She got lobotomized? Like what? Is Evan real? Is Crying Child? Like, are they trying to tell us that William actually has 4 kids now? Like, what's going on?
I'm literally sitting here thinking about the storyline of the third game. It literally takes place in like 2017. Genuinely, how are they gonna make the third movie work without without the Afton family as the main characters? I don't think it works without them. What are they gonna do? I'm stressed.
That third movie cannot come fast enough. Like, we still don't even know if the third movie is going to come out because I think the second one did worse than the first one. But I really hope that third movie comes out because they could really make a good movie with the third game. Like, I said that about FNAF 2 because FNAF 2 is my favorite game and they fucked that up. Also, in my version of the FNAF 2 movie, give me colors. Where are the colors? The thing that I love about the FNAF 2 game is the colors and the toys designs and how pretty everything looks, and it's like brighter than the first game. It's more fun. It's fun time. Well, it's not fun time yet. It's more fun. It's the toy animatronics. Where are the silly colors and like I don't know. It could have been better. The Balloon Boy, more screen time, like hello. Anyways, so that's just the first 2 movies. I just have more thoughts with the storyline I just laid out. I just have more thoughts and ideas with the storyline going forward. So basically, it would be like in my story, we will not be kind to your favorite characters. Like, I'm sorry, like you know how people named Michael and Elizabeth and in this storyline, people with those names, you know how their storyline ends. You know how those storylines go. Like, sorry to say, but Elizabeth is not surviving. She's not surviving the entire franchise. She's not surviving the entire saga. She must die at some point and become Circus Baby. Sorry, it just has to happen. Michael is getting scooped, obviously, and it's up to the other 3 friends to like save them and stuff. Like, maybe Elizabeth could survive. Maybe both of them could survive and just be severely mentally fucked and physically fucked for the rest of their lives. Maybe. I'm not sure yet. But in this timeline, we're not being nice to nobody named Elizabeth or Michael. Like, sorry. Like, it is canon lore. Elizabeth must be scooped or chomped. What is it? What is the lingo? They got so many lingo, girl. They got bite. They got scooped. They got, like what? I don't know. It's canon that Elizabeth must be sucked into the stomach of Circus Baby, and it baby. What did I say? That Circus Baby. And Michael must get scooped. These are non-negotiables. These must happen in some shape or way or form, and not be like fake out gags where they scooped or she becomes circus baby for 10 seconds. No, we have to go all the way. We have to go all the way. Like, she must be inside the stomach for a minute. He must get scooped and start looking decaying, and he must turn purple. He must turn purple. He must turn purple. He must turn purple. Yeah, I'm hoping this timeline they give storylines and shit to the other three friends, because at the moment I don't know what to do with them. I don't know what to do with them. Give them some sort of storyline from the books or something. I don't know. Make them still essential to the story and be able to stand on their own without Elizabeth or Michael, because at some point in the story they're going to have to take over as main characters, especially Jane. I feel like with the story I've laid out, Jane seems like she's gonna take over as the main character at some point. Yeah. William must obviously be like, always come back. He must be back. He must be spring trapped. Like, Henry Emily must show up more often and be more important. Oh, I forgot to say in the second movie, in my second movie, Henry Emily must come back up and like confront not confront. What did we confront? He must confront Charlie and be like, "My sweet child, like, I'm so sorry this happened to you. I didn't protect you from William. I will vow to get my revenge on him." Or whatever, He should have been more important to the story because it's literally his kid. Why was he not more important to the storyline when the whole problem of the second movie is it's his kid? Like, why was he not there? Why was he not there to soothe his kid? He should have been the one to put this to start the music box. Why would he give the music box to a random? I mean, he didn't know what was going on. He didn't know about the possession, blah, whatever. Sure, they could have let him know. It's his kid, bro. It's his kid. It's his kid. It's his kid. He should have known what was going on. He should, in my movie, Henry Emily shows up and plays the music box and be like, and helps the other kids lay her soul to rest. And he's like, "I'm going to avenge you, my sweet child," and stuff, You know how he gets down, like he gonna do what he gonna do. And then at the end of the movie, he like disappears, and we don't know where he goes, but I don't know, it's like hinted that he's gonna go disappear somewhere to find a way to take down William. I don't know, girl. Yeah. For the fourth one, I have no idea what to do. For the fourth one, I feel like I can't remember the timeline of all the games, but I'm pretty sure the fourth one is the first one in the timeline, or the second or the third, one of those. It's one of those things. I don't know how to do the fourth one. Look, for the fourth one, I feel like it would have to be a bunch of flashbacks of Michael and Elizabeth telling the story of what happened to Evan. I don't know. The third one, obviously the horror attraction vibe, they show up. I forgot how the third one ends. This is such a mess. Anyways, I say all this to say, by the end of this franchise, and look, I don't think I want to do a security breach movie unless we say that it's a spin-off. We gotta say it's a spin-off if we're gonna do a security breach movie, like, because in my universe, in my FNAF cinematic universe, the movie ends at, and again, this is all top the dome, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna insert me fact checking, whatever game it is that maybe it's Help Wanted or something, whatever game ends with that one Henry Emily monologue where he's like, if I burn, you burn with me, or whatever. I don't remember what he says, but talking to William, he does a whole speech to William about we burned together, all of us going down, all or nothing. Blue. Hi, it's editing Mari here to fact check. So that happens in Five Nights at Freddy's, Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria Simulator, and I've never watched gameplay of that game, so I gotta lock in for games that aren't like the main ones. And I was right about FNAF 4 being at the beginning of the timeline. So basically, in my fanon movie a game to movie adaptation, it would be one, two, three, four, um, sister location, and then the storyline for Pizza Simulator. But I looked it up, and they saying Pizza Simulator takes place before the third game. Girl, what? Look, I said we're taking liberties. We're not going bar for bar, word for word with the storyline of the games. So I would find some way to make it where it's like after sister location, Michael gets scooped, Elizabeth is circus baby, and then Henry Emily has had enough, and then a bunch of chaos happens and he burns down everything. Um, Everything William created, all of their creations, all the souls laid to rest, all the animatronics gone. That's basically how it would end. And then for just pure fan service, I would do like a security breach spin-off movie. Like I wouldn't say that it was a part of the main timeline. I would say that it's a spin-off. Maybe it's a side story, new generation, but I would like end the franchise on the burning of all of the creations, and then security breach maybe as a fun fan service like spin-off, because I just don't like security breach as a main timeline story. Like it just doesn't work. It's too convoluted. Like to make the story simpler, it would be make sense to end it at Pizza Simulator storyline, and then security breach, because security breach is such a fun concept, like visually, and it's just fun. It's just fun. It's something sweet for the kids. We gotta adapt that one to a movie. It would just be a fun spin-off movie. So, because this franchise does not need to, it don't need no more goddamn games. We don't need more games. We don't need no more story. The story's over. It should have ended. Can you tell I'm tired? Whatever game that is, that's the end of my cinematic universe. That's the one where Henry burns all the animatronics and William and the souls and everybody with him. Everybody gone. The whole Afton family probably is gone. Maybe it's a little sad. Maybe it's like the Afton family were just the Aftons and the Emilys were just really tragic guys. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe there's some world in which Michael and Elizabeth can survive. It would be nice for them to survive. I'm saying this as if this is not my story. I think it would be nice for them to survive and to be better and have a happy ending from their terrible father, and get away with get on with their lives the way that their younger brother Evan couldn't. It would be nice. Like, would that make more interesting storytelling if they die? I don't know. I don't know. But anyways, the franchise goes on for like 5 movies or something, 5 or 6. Wait, let's see. FNAF 1, 2, 3, 4, Sister Location, and then that's 5. And then 6 is whatever one they burn in. So it'd go on for like 6 movies, and then ends with Henry Emily burning everything, the animatronics, the ghosts, children, everybody to red, like everybody's gone. All the bad shit is burned alive and it's gone, and we all dead and blah. That's the end. Would be the end of my FNAF cinematic universe. And that's better than whatever the actual cinematic universe is gonna be in real life right now. I'm telling you it is. I'm telling you it is. My storyline is better. But I hope you enjoyed this. Maybe one day I'll make a more detailed version. No, I won't. I'm so lazy. I'm not doing that, girl. I got school. Like I got work to do. Like I don't got time to come up with a whole storyline. But that's sort of like the outline. That's sort of what I would have done with the FNAF cinematic universe adaptation. Maybe no, I'll go write that on AO3. Maybe we'll go write a fanfic about it and make it reality. But if you like the video, tell me. If you like this sort of like this aesthetic of me filming on my terrible quality tablet, tell me that. But thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.